Are you able to see my paint? Children, please speak out.
Yes, sir. We can able to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Here, C is a procedural oriented programming language, right? POP, procedural oriented programming language. That means we are following a specific procedure. So here C++ and Java both are follows object oriented principles, object orientation. So what is the main difference between procedural programming language and object oriented programming languages, right? So then we can separate after that one. So this here you observe one point. In first semester, whenever you are studying this C programming language, always the faculty asking about algorithm flowchart, right? Always the faculty asked about algorithm and flowchart. So whenever you come to this C++, there is no faculty speaking about algorithm. C++ algorithm rasara? చెప్పండి రా మాట్లాడండి రా ప్లీజ్. Right. So C లో algorithm రాశారు, flow chart రాశారు. C++ you are written only code, C++ implementation, right? So here these procedural programming languages are emphasizing in algorithm. Emphasize means giving more important, right? Emphasizing algorithm centric approach. Yes, here procedural programming languages gives first priority to algorithm centric approach, right? So next, this object oriented programming languages are data centric approach. These are said to be a data centric approach. Data centric approach, right? So here, if I am talking about procedural programming language like C, algorithm, what about the data? Is there no data? Yes, there is a data. The data takes second priority. Yes, the data takes second priority. First priority goes to algorithm, so second priority go to data in procedural programming language, right? This is second important, right? In object oriented programming languages are emphasizing in data rather than algorithm. Yes, there is algorithm in C++ and Java also, right? So the second importance goes to algorithm. So second importance goes to algorithm in object orientation. In object orientation, second importance goes to algorithm. First importance goes to data centric approach, right? So here we need to talk about algorithm. What is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but a sequence of steps. Yes, a step-by-step procedure in order to do your work. Yes, in order to do your work, we are following some steps, that is said to be algorithm, right? So basically these algorithms are, most of the algorithms, yes, this algorithm is first invented by a famous Persian mathematician. The name is Abu Jafar Muhammad bin Khwarizmi, right? So the first algorithm was introduced by, right, a famous Persian mathematician. The name is Abu Jafar Muhammad bin Khwarizmi, right? Is the famous Persian mathematician, not computer scientist. Yes, you make one observation here, right? So he is not a computer scientist. He is famous Persian mathematician, right? So initially the computers and the fundamental of computer science is mathematics only. Children, are you getting my point or not? The fundamentals of computer science is mathematics only, right? If you are good in maths, the computer science will automatically will come, right? So algorithm is first invented by famous Persian mathematician. The name is Abu Jafar Muhammad bin Khwarizmi, right? Every algorithm has some properties like input, output. What is the input? What is the output? What is the effectiveness? How much it is effective? Is it a definiteness or not? Is it moves to infinite loop or not? The algorithm never moves to infinite loop. So these are the some properties of algorithms, right? So this is the some points about algorithm. However, you read depth in algorithms in design and analysis of algorithms, you need to read more depth. So next, what is data? So here algorithm is completed. So what is data?
ఓ రబ్బర్ బ్యాండ్ వేసి చేయడం
తల్లి ఎవరు హారిక మాదిరెడ్డి డోంట్ టాక్ ప్లీజ్. రైట్, సో డాటా హారిక చెప్పరా వాట్ ఈస్ డాటా? హారిక మాదిరెడ్డి.
సారీ సార్, మై సిస్టర్ ఈస్ ఇన్ రూమ్.
Okay, right. So now totally 57 members are there. I am presenting, it is recording, right? So now we need to talk about data centric approach. Data means, yes, here you can take some entity like here. Before going to this data, so I want to tell one point here. So according to Alan Key is the father of object orientation. So here he clearly defined the difference between object and class and object, right? So class, here simply what he told, that all the common nouns becomes to classes. So all the proper nouns becomes to objects. Proper nouns becomes to objects. So what is common noun? You studied in English parts of speech, nouns, pronouns, no? Similar to that way. Can you name some of the common nouns? Children. Student is common noun, right? So which student it is? Yes, there is a student S1, S2, right? So these are the proper nouns. Else we can give some name like Ravi, particular instance. Ravi is a student type. Ravi is a student. Children, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Ravi is student type. So now simply he told that all the common nouns becomes to classes, proper nouns becomes to objects. Simple definition, right? So now here we need to more analyze here this. So object, some people, yes, what is object? Yes, object is, please speak out. What is object?
Instance of class.
Object is an instance of a class. Any more definitions? Children, any more definition? Object is an instance of a class. Inka చెప్పారా సౌమ్య, గాయత్రి, అఖిల్, right? So what is class? Our object is a blueprint of class. Our class, what is class? Cheppandi class, what is class? Children, please speak out.
Blueprint of object.
Blueprint of object. Any more?
It is representation of ADT.
Yeah, exactly. It is a representation of ADT in specific programming language, right? So class is a representation of ADT in specific programming language. I told this definition. What you understood there? ఏదో చెప్పాను, నోటికి వచ్చింది. దాంట్లో మీకు ఏమర్థమైంది? రైట్, ADT. What is ADT? Abstract data type. Abstract data type. ADT is abstract data type. Okay, na? Right. So can you name some of the ADTs? Children.
Stack
ADT, QADT,
Vector map.
student ADT, faculty ADT. ఉండొచ్చా? తప్పేమున్నది? స్టూడెంట్, రైట్? సో స్టూడెంట్, STUDENT, student. Some dog AT, cat, right? Anything, any real world thing is some object. Object has some ADT. right? Suppose if I am taking this dog, right? Dog is one real world thing. So now what I am doing this real world thing, I'm trying to representing in the form of ADT, abstract data type. So I want to develop this dog ADT, dog abstract data type. By default, this dog has some properties by birth, right? Dog ki పుట్టుకతో కొన్ని లక్షణాలు వస్తాయిరా, ప్రాపర్టీ ఆర్ స్టేట్. ఇన్ జనరల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సెడ్ టు బి ప్రాపర్టీ ఆర్ స్టేట్. సో బై బర్త్ ఏమొస్తుంది, కలర్ వస్తుంది, వెయిట్ వస్తుంది, హైట్ వస్తుంది. కలర్, weight, height. Okay na? So by birth it can do some functionality, it can do some works. What it will do? Eat, run. It will do these functionalities. Only these two things, barking, running, digging, karstadi, arstadi, then yes, there are so many functionalities, right? So by any object, not only dog, any object by default it has some property. The property is said to be a state, it's property or state. By default it has some functionality or behavior, right? So property lakshanalu untai, by default it will do some functionality, కొన్ని పనులు చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. Okay, this property or functionalities by birth it has some. This is a general representation. This is in general. In general, it has some properties and functionalities. Whenever you are thinking in C++ point of view, the C++ and Java both are object-oriented programming languages. Object-oriented programming languages, right? So whenever you are thinking in object orientation, so here, yes, whenever you are thinking about object orientation, then here in C++ and Java, these both are said to be object-oriented programming languages, right? So this property or state in C++, it is said to be a data member. The terminology is important. ఏమన్నాడు, ప్రాపర్టీ or state ni data member అన్నాడు. The functionality is the member function. Yes, this functionality is said to be member function. Whenever it comes to Java, this property or state is said to be a variable. This functionality is said to be a method. Method and rasan chudandi, meth word. Compulsory open parenthesis, close parenthesis. It need to be follows open and close parenthesis. Method and rayani eppadi compulsory. Meeru last lo open parenthesis, close parenthesis rayali. It is a best practicing technique. Good practicing technique. Children, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you are not speaking, I am sleeping. మీ రెస్పాన్స్ లేదనుకోండి, నాకు నిద్ర వస్తుంది. రెస్పాండ్ ఉండాలి. 2-way communication is better. 1-way